Hello again. This is Shakar Pelled, freelance translator since 1985, sharing some insights with you about the profession, the art, and the industry. Today, I'd like to speak in general about the art of translation. When we do it like in the wild, without any, before computer, when we all started out, it was just like being bilingual, and you could hear things in one language and immediately you could think them in the other language. So let's just take like a sentence or something, I don't know what comes to mind. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, for example. So immediately you think, I think to myself in Hebrew, and I make all the adjustments, like little Miss Tuffet. Okay, so in Hebrew that would be like the gendered, the little would be in the feminine, and also the verb would have to be feminized in the third person. And all that thinking would go in my mind without much thought. But ultimately, what happened when you introspect on the process is that I heard something in one language and extracted the meaning, and then I in fact invented or thought anew something in another language which has some contact with the original. And actually, it tries to convey the meaning of the original. But if we take a step back, what it really means is that in my mind, I had some thought, some template that said Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet. It could have been like something that I made up, like pink elephants fly in July or whatever. It doesn't have to come from some external source. It could be a thought formed in your mind. And then you can form that thought in the languages that you speak. I can say this in Hebrew and I can say this in English, like the thing with the elephants. But ultimately, I will be creating the output. And I think that's the main thing here, that translators are creators. We take the origins of our thoughts from the source material, and that's like the input, and then we try to shape our output, our creative output, so that it fits the meaning of the thought that came in. But the output is disengaged from the input because there's this thing in the middle, the translator. And sometimes, in the translation business especially, the middle of the process seems invisible. Like there's an input, an output, input, output, and the translation in the middle is like, the translator is like invisible, because speakers of both languages, like a person well versed in the art, will be able to see that the meaning of the output reflects the meaning of the input and say this is a good translation. But in fact, the input was something out there in the world, which could be anything, like a trigger or like some kind of stimulus. And the response, the output, is an independent creation of a translator, born out of his mind, shaped in the words of the target language. Okay, more about this in the next video.